All right, so tonight was the March 29th edition of AEW Dynamite, and overall, not a bad show. Not a bad show at all. It's a pretty good show. I know we kicked the show off with Matt Hardy, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry going at it, and honestly, I thought this was a very solid opener. The crowd was very on the side of Mr. Jungle Boy, who obviously got the win. But after the match, we saw MJF come out there, and honestly, with this segment that we had with MJF and Jungle Boy, it seems like we could be either still getting a fatal four-way match between the quote-unquote four pillars of the AEW, Jungle Boy, MJF, Darby, and Sammy, or they can just be setting up a Jungle Boy and MJF feud alone. You know, MJF, they announced it later on in the show that he was going to be having a little big segment next week because they're in his hometown. So who knows? Maybe Jungle Boy might interrupt that, or one of the other guys may do it. But yeah, Jungle Boy just went off on MJF. Was like, I'm glad I'm not true. I'm glad I'm not a POS like you are. And MJF clearly wasn't happy about that one. We also had a trios match on this show. We had the Blackpool Combat Club taking on Dalton Castle and the boys. The boys. Yeah, this Blackpool Combat Club just dominated, man. These guys are just going crazy and off, just stomping everybody's heads in. And clearly, we're gonna elaborate now a little bit more because tonight the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship was on the line. Jeff Cobb from New Japan Pro Wrestling taking on Kenny Omega. And surprisingly, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is actually the first time that Kenny and Jeff Cobb faced off. And this actually was not a bad match at all. It was actually a pretty good match here. Even though I knew there was no way in hell Jeff Cobb was winning. You know, him and Kenny really went at it here. And yeah, this is a pretty good match between both guys. I could see Jeff Cobb being involved again down the road when we get closer to Forbidden Door. But obviously tonight wasn't his night. Tonight was Kenny night. And I mentioned the BCC before because they had their match, but Hangman Page cut a promo backstage, and Don Callis was trying to apologize to him, and they attacked Hangman, and then they attacked Don Callis. So again, the BCC don't care who you are. Like, if you're in their way, they're gonna hurt you, and clearly we saw that because Don Callis busted open like crazy after that punch that Moxley gave him. But let's talk about it, man. So the BCC come out there, they're cornering Kenny Omega. Kenny's got no one. Hangman's got taken out. The Bucks got taken out. So they're surrounding this dude like a pack of wolves about to hunt on their prey. Out comes Bryan Danielson. That's right, folks. This is the first time we've seen Bryan Danielson since his match with MJF at Revolution. And I already knew. I was like, yeah, there's no way Danielson's going to come in there and fight off his own teammates. Like, I already know how this is going to end. And rightfully so. He lifts Kenny up. Kenny turns his back. A psycho knee. And I was like, yep, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So Bryan Danielson has once again turned heel. I was about to say aligned, but he's already in line with the BCC. But yeah, these guys are just going at it, man. I mean, like they beat down Kenny Omega, like they're taking over, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how Bryan reacts. You know, why he explains everything because they're gonna explain everything next week. So, is it because of the Iron Man match? Is it because he feels like he lost his ways and he has to turn evil? Like we'll find that out next week. The All Atlantic Championship. The International Championship, excuse me, Orange Cassidy and the Butcher. This wasn't a bad match. I thought this was pretty solid. Orange Cassidy, there's no way the Butcher was going to win. Like, I would definitely feel like that would be a disappointing end to his reign, having him drop the title to the Butcher. Like, no way. But this was a solid match. I thought Orange Cassidy, retaining his title, I felt like was the right call, in my honest opinion, because the Butcher just doesn't seem like a big enough threat to like be like, okay, this is the guy he can drop the belt to. Willow Nightingale took on Ruby Soho. At first, I was like, yeah, this match is kind of meh, and honestly, it got a little bit solid at the end, but for the most part, I would say it was kind of meh. And, Ruby Soho winning, it was just the finish I thought was so stupid. Like it kind of even made Willow Nightingale look stupid. You know, I don't know why these wrestling companies they make their baby faces look so like just so dumb all the time. Like it is just like she's right there, Tony Storm, and then she's like getting all in Tony Storm's face. I'm like, bro, Ruby Soul's right there, and then Ruby pins her, and then it just I don't know. I was just like, I don't know, man. But they beat Willow Nightingale down after the match, and then freaking Rio came out. Then Jamie Hayter. Those two are gonna have a really really good match next week for the AEW World Title, and oh, and Sky Blue came out as well. I believe that was, and they were checking on Willow Nightingale. So really, nothing more I can say about that. But yeah, Adam Cole, Garcia. This was Adam Cole, baby's first match since Forbidden Door. It's good to see Adam Cole back. You know, really is. You know, like I said before, you never want to see a wrestler go through an injury. So to see him come back in a sport that he clearly loves and is passionate about, it's really cool. And I mean, the match with Garcia, it was all right. It was an all right main event, but obviously with everything going on with this new show, AEW All Access, I mean, it was only right who came out on top tonight. It was only right. But yeah, that was pretty much AEW tonight. So I'd say it was a pretty much a solid show for the most part. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review. And one more thing I want to do before I click off the video. Tomorrow, Impact Wrestling in New Japan, they're doing their Multiverse United show. So I will be doing a review of that. So I just want to let you guys know on that. I know one of the big headliners, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Tanahashi, that might even main event the show. So I'm very excited to see that. But continue to like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't checked out my NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania predictions, go check that out. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.